All right, fuck it, nigga. So I don't really give a fuck no more. Um, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep it raw and real, and you know, like, so I'm in a place now. Like, I'm 28 years old. I turned 29 this year. And I've had so many spiritual or just awakenings, and because I'm a deeply self-reflective individual, and I've been putting myself through this psychological process called the path of individuation, which is really just a shadow integration process, where you you just look at all of, like, the things that you suppress and the things that you deny about yourself, or the parts of you that you are really ashamed of, and you integrate them um into your core self, to make yourself whole, not perfect but whole. um but like, I'm gonna just tell y'all my story and just keep it real. So, like, last year, well, or the year before last, when I was 27. I met a woman who at the time I thought was the love of my life, you know what I'm saying? And um when I saw her, I saw immediately I saw marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. You know what I mean? Um I was in love immediately. But unfortunately, the realizations that I'm having about this situation now is that it was unrequited love, unfortunately. um I bonded in a way that she didn't bond to me. um and it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit happens or whatever. It's sad, but I just had to keep it real with myself, because, like, I realized, like, for a little while I was like, being delusional about the situation. I was like, oh yeah, she probably fucked up, because I left and da da da. When I just had to, like, really just, like, keep it real, it was like, bro, there were so many signs in that situation that she could care less if you fucking lived or died. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? She probably didn't wish any bad on you, but nigga, she could care fucking less what you doing. So that's why I'm, like, at this point where I'm just like, who gives a fuck about what people think about me at this point? You know what I'm saying? I just went through the worst fucking heartbreak of my goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well just put myself out there. But the ultimate realization that I had is that I really just want to, like, like throughout my entire life, like, I just, I lived as, like, a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you know doing doing things that you know seem socially acceptable to the status quo, or to my family, or to my mom or my sister, whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I've been working in the healthcare field for years. I've been working in health. I'm 28. I've been working in the healthcare field since I was 19. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for almost 10 years at this point. So it's just like, I'm at a place now where I'm having a reawakening and currently going through my fucking Saturn return. And my life is fucking shit right now. Like, my life is shitty. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I'm 28. I'm sleeping on my grandmother's couch because I lost my apartment last year. I had to move out because I got fired um from a job that I was working that really wasn't making me happy. You know what I'm saying? It was just giving me financial security, but it was keeping me complacent. And I was working in the same place as this woman who, you know, fucking broke my goddamn heart. Uh well, really, I broke my own goddamn heart. But that's another topic for another time. But yeah, man, it's just like, I'm just in a place now where I'm just realizing, I'm just like, bro, like, I've been living, the reason why everything broke apart is because I was living the life of inauthenticity. You know what I'm saying? I was living a life solely just for other people. I was like, even when I was in that connection with that young lady, like, I was like, the person that I literally created a personality that was solely just to please her. And the reason why there's heartbreak now, or why, tears flow or whatever, is solely because that version of me doesn't have any purpose anymore. It doesn't have anywhere to go because there's nothing for it to serve, because it was only created for that situation. And now I'm stripped to the bone, raw and real, and looking at myself, and I'm just like, yo, like, nigga, you've been living a lie your entire life. You know what I'm saying? You've been living just trying to please your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's been so many signs, like, you know, so like, you know, my mom wants me to be a nurse so bad. I don't want to fucking do that shit, bro. I'm gonna be real. I fucking hate healthcare. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I hate this shit. It's fucking draining. I'm not getting paid enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something that I'm just doing until I know eventually, like, I'm gonna just figure this shit out. Like, I'm gonna figure out like what the fuck it is that I'm supposed to, that I want to do with my life. And I already know what it is that I want to do with my life. I want to make music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting that process right now. Like, I want to be an R&B singer because I need like something to help me transmute like all of my experiences in love and relationships, because I have many, and transmute that shit and put it into music and turn it into art for, for myself and other people. Um, you know what I'm saying? So that's really just it, man. Um, like I said, I'm currently going through my Saturn return, so I guess my life is supposed to look like shit right now, because it's, Saturn is just like restricting, which that's what it does. Saturn restricts. Saturn, corners you and forces you to look at yourself and be like, okay, what is it that like, because he's the planet of karma, so like, what is it that I sent you here to do? What is it that you're supposed to be doing with your fucking life right now? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just where I'm at. It's just like, nigga, you got to figure this shit out, bro. You know what I'm saying? um yeah, I'm in a confusing time, because it's just like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, I'm going through so many things, like, mentally right now. It's just like processing this fucking breakup. I don't even know if I can call it a breakup, because I was really delusional. Like, she never committed to me. You know what I'm saying? It was just like I was in a dynamic where there were it was a treat being dangled in front of me, and I was on a treadmill chasing that treat. But every time I would get close to that treat, it would, you know get even further and further away. You know what I'm saying? While, they were giving giving a treat to other people, you know what I'm saying, who they felt were more deserving than I. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, I'm currently going through the process of accepting the fact that, yeah, like, somebody that I wanted just didn't want me, you know? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like, I didn't show up perfect in that relationship, but I did overgive, because there were signs that I should have left earlier. But it was like, I was like, it was like, whenever I would leave, she would be like, well, if you would have just do XYZ, then 1 2 3 would have happened, right? So then I would go back and I would do XYZ. But then the thing, then the it would change from 1 2 3 to ABC, and then it's just like, well, what do I got to do now to make this happen? So it was like, every time I would come back, the goalposts would change, and it kept me in this toxic cycle. And it was just like, I'm glad I got fired, because it was time for that shit to fucking end. You know what I'm saying? It was just fucking time. Um, but yeah, man, so now here we are, fast forward 2026. I'm still on my grandmother's couch. um, uh, but I've been forced into like self-reflection, and I've been doing a lot of internal growth, and just, coming to like a lot of like, just accepting a lot of things when it comes to like my life leading up to this point. Um, yeah, it's just, I'm fighting tears as I say this, but yeah, it's just like, I lived a life. And I feel, and it's funny, it's Valentine's Day, but I lived a life where I was always, either the backup guy or the second choice. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm nobody's like backup guy or second choice. Now I'm in a place now where I'm like, I'm choosing myself, and I'm going toward myself, and I'm about to go all in on me. I made a promise to myself too, and I forgot about it last year. I don't know why I did, but I think I had to go through other things to lead up to this point, to where to lead up to the point of where I'm at, having this realization of my true divine purpose of why I was sent here. Because I don't know if I told y'all this before, but I'm a poet. I'm a poet. I was a poet in Detroit, like, for years. You know what I'm saying? I was performing everywhere, whatever, whatever. And I always had this urge to want to turn it into music, but I just never did, because I didn't think I was good enough. I was afraid of, like, well, I'm too late in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be fucking 26, at the time, right? 20, 25, 26, and I'm starting a music career, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. I feel like I was too old, but it's like now I'm 28. I turned 29 this year, and I'm just like, bro, like, nothing's fulfilling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not this nursing shit. You keep applying for schools, and you keep, like, your financial aid is not hitting on shit, and the fucking the goddamn student, the payments are just fucking high as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, just like, just do what it is that you are passionate about, that's true to you, you know what I mean? So just like, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, well, like, I'm about to just take a leap and just do this shit, um and just go all in on me. And that's where I'm at with it. So I'm just gonna document the process and just take y'all along with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, I know eventually, you know, I know shit is gonna work out in my favor, because I've been seeing so many synchronicities just in daily life, that I'm doing the right thing, that I am in alignment, and that I am doing what I'm supposed to do. you know, I just I don't know, man. I'm just in a place now where I don't like, I don't have an ego anymore. It's just like, fuck it, bro. Like, Saturn has stripped me down to to my the rawest of my being. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. But I had like a lot of realizations, like, even just about that relationship. It was just like, you know, I was the only one in that dynamic that was in love. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts to, admit that, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I was the only person in that dynamic that actually was in love. I was the only person in that dynamic who actually cared, uh, or who saw like longevity, or who wanted longevity. You know what I'm saying? Even though that the temporary status of our dynamic wasn't communicated from the other party, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I accept it. Like, I've forgiven her multiple times. You know what I'm saying? In private. Um, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just like, I had to stop being delusional and just be like, bro, she doesn't fucking miss you. She doesn't care about you. She showed you so many times she could have given a fuck if you know what I mean? Like, and she knows where I stay. She knows where I am. She has, even if like I blocked her number, right? If somebody wants you, they're gonna find a way to get in contact with you. They're gonna find a way to talk to you. And I just had to keep it real with myself, like, bro, like, stop ruminating on this process so you can get past it and just be like, bro, like, if she wanted to, she would. If she wanted to, she would. Okay. She didn't want you. Fucking swallow the pill, accept it. Let's move on, and let's get on with our fucking life so we can be who it is that we were sent here to be. You know, and that relationship only happened for you to realize who you are, and so you can do what it is that you were meant to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so ultimately, this is, you know, I'm beginning my process of, uh, becoming a R&B singer. So I'm about to, like, go hard with, like, learning the guitar. You know what I'm saying? I played the guitar years ago, so I got to relearn, get back on that. Get my vocals back up to par, because I sung when I was a kid. So I'm like, I'm getting back on point with that. And yeah, man, you know, but that's pretty much it, dog. Just, time to get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Just, stop living my life, trying to please others. Like last night, like my mom, like, bro, she sent me a fucking, like a, like, and I've told her countless times, like, me, like, yeah, like, I tried this thing and, like I tried to get into nursing school and this happened and it didn't work out or whatever, whatever. And she just keeps sending me shit. But I had to realize that's her dream for me. It's not what I see for myself. You know what I'm saying? So, at this point, it's just like, you know, fuck with my family thing. I know I'm the black sheep. I know I'm seen as like unstable and undisciplined and or lazy or whatever the fuck, bro. Truth is, I've been working my ass off for years. Like I got a CDL, I got an HVAC license. You know what I'm saying? I got a casino license, and I got a patient care technician license. You know what I'm saying? I got so many things in so many different fields, but it's like I've been doing all of this shit just looking for money as opposed to doing what it is that I was actually passionate about and what I was sent here to actually do. You know what I'm saying? So the people pleasing is over. You know what I'm saying? It's the year of the horse. You know what I'm saying? Last year was the year of the snake. So I shed a lot of skin. A lot of relationships died. You know what I'm saying? That needed to fucking die. So I think like right now, like this process that I'm going through is like now, that the people are gone. Now it's time to lift the illusions so you can see yourself as who you truly are, so you can move forward in truth. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It's okay. And I had realized too, like after the breakup, it was, and it was necessary. It was a necessary process. Like I was lying to myself for a little while, uh, because I was still in rumination and limerence. You know, like yeah, like she misses me and da 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 da, like whatever, whatever. But it was a lie. I was lying to myself because I was trying to make myself feel better about myself and my situation when it was truly like, bro, like nigga, just just stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. So, um, but it was because like that version of me wasn't ready to accept the truth of what the situation actually was. You know, like she's happy without you. She doesn't need you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. And that pain from that dynamic, because it really shaped, who I've become at this point. Uh, is just fucking take all of that pain and those experiences and turn it into music, into lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. I just paid up like fucking 8 weeks of like vocal coaching. You know what I'm saying? And um, you know, I'm about to get my guitar equipment back and stuff like that. So and just fucking go hard, bro. With just like creating. 'Cause that's what I need right now. I gotta alchemize this shit and transmute all of this shit. I'm sorry that this turned into like 20 minutes of me fucking rambling, but yeah, I'm just about to document this process. I'm inspired by Dochi because I saw she did this same thing. So, you know, yeah, man. But like I said, I don't, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck no more. I have no ego anymore. Like it is what it is. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me no more. It is what it is. I don't care if my coworkers see this shit. Like at this point, I have to live in truth. I have to be authentic and be myself. So whatever. Peace.